Some people believe that elderly individuals die in their sleep simply because their time has come. But what if I told you that just last year, over 90,000 people over the age of 60 died during sleep, and that many of these deaths could have been prevented with simple day-to-day changes? It's not age that's killing these people. It's dangerous habits that seem harmless, but silently destroy our health while we sleep. And the scariest part? Many of these habits are either recommended by misinformed doctors or have become routine simply because everyone does it. Once you understand what's really happening inside your body, it's impossible to keep sleeping peacefully. At least, not until you fix this. In this video, I'm going to show you the 7 worst nighttime habits that put any senior's life at risk. And chances are, you're doing at least 3 of them without even realizing it. We'll talk about food, room temperature, sleeping positions, medications, and even one very common behavior that seems innocent but can double your risk of a stroke during the night. It doesn't matter if you're 60, 70, or 80 years old. Your body still has the ability to sleep well, regenerate, and protect itself. But if these habits are part of your routine, you're unknowingly stripping your body of that ability. And for those thinking, "Oh, but I sleep fine. I don't feel anything," be careful. The most dangerous diseases that show up with age develop in silence, and sleep is the exact time your body is supposed to be protecting itself from them. Got it? If your sleep is being sabotaged, your health is being sabotaged too. But here's the good news. Many of these habits are easy to change. All you need is the right information. And that's exactly what I'm going to give you right here. If this topic already has your attention, hit the like button. This kind of content can literally save lives. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and tell me in the comments, have you ever suspected that the way you sleep could actually be harming you? You've probably heard the classic recommendation, drink plenty of water, right? Everyone repeats that, like it's the golden rule of health. But almost no one talks about what happens when you drink water at the worst possible time, right before bed. And let me tell you, if you're over 60, this little detail can mean the difference between a peaceful night and a serious health risk. I'm not exaggerating. As we age, our organs slow down, and simple things, like getting up to use the bathroom, can become hidden traps. When you drink a lot of water at night, your bladder, which already has reduced capacity, fills up faster. That forces your body to wake up in the middle of the night, disrupting deep sleep cycles. For someone with balance issues, poor vision, or limited mobility, that simple trip to the bathroom can result in a fall. And we're not talking about a minor stumble. Falls in older adults are serious. Healing takes longer, fractures are common, and hospitalization might follow. For many, that's the turning point toward rapid health decline. Besides the physical risk, there's the impact of disrupted sleep itself. Every time you wake up at night, your brain has to restart the entire process of entering deep sleep. Even if you fall back asleep quickly, the quality of your rest is already compromised. And deep sleep is when your body performs essential tasks: cellular cleanup, hormone production, muscle recovery, and mental balance. It's also when your brain literally washes itself, clearing out toxins that, if allowed to build up, increase your risk of dementia, anxiety, and neurodegenerative diseases. Here's something else no one talks about. Frequent nighttime urination can be one of the first signs that something is off with your kidneys. The problem is that everyone thinks it's normal to get up once or twice to pee, so these warning signs get ignored. Then, when the diagnosis of kidney failure comes, people are shocked. But the signs were there, every night, right in front of them. Not to mention, People who sleep poorly often try to compensate during the day, with caffeine and naps at the wrong times, creating a vicious cycle. I know it might sound contradictory. What do you mean drinking water is bad? But the truth is, it all depends on when you do it. Drinking water throughout the day, especially in the morning and afternoon, is essential. But after dinner, the ideal is to drastically reduce your fluid intake. Your body needs to rest, not process more water. A good rule: finish your last strong hydration by around 7 p.m. After that, just take small sips if you're thirsty. That alone will make a huge difference in how well you sleep and how safe your night is. So if you have the habit of downing a big glass of water before bed, thinking it's good for you, think again. What seems healthy during the day can be risky at night. Your body needs uninterrupted sleep, not constant bathroom trips in the dark. Prioritize your safety, your peace of mind, and your body's natural rhythm. Remember, at night, less is more. Some people think there's no problem with having dinner at 9 or 10 p.m. or grabbing a little snack before bed. Oh, it's just some bread, a cookie, a little cheese. But this habit, so common and seemingly harmless, is silently wrecking your health while you sleep. The human body has an internal clock. It's not designed to digest food long after the sun goes down. Late-night eating is one of the biggest enemies of deep sleep, and worse, a gateway to diseases that creep in quietly over time. When you eat at night, your digestive system kicks into gear right when it should be winding down. Your stomach produces more acid, your intestines go into overdrive, and your liver delays its natural detox process. You know what that leads to? Reflux. That burning sensation, trouble falling asleep, that heavy feeling in your body, and over time, serious metabolic imbalances. If you're eating carbs or sweets at that hour, it gets even worse. A spike in blood sugar triggers insulin release, setting you on the path toward insulin resistance, the first step toward type 2 diabetes. And it doesn't stop there. This process also interferes with melatonin production, the natural sleep hormone. Your body gets confused. Should it keep functioning like it's daytime, or is it safe to shut down? That hormonal confusion delays your entry into deep sleep, the phase where your brain restores itself, memories are stored, and your immune system reorganizes. You might sleep, sure, but you'll wake up feeling like you were up all night. And then the cycle repeats. Daytime fatigue, nighttime cravings, more late eating, and your body gets more and more out of sync. Now, pay close attention. Recent studies show that seniors who eat late at night have up to 4 times higher risk of suffering nighttime strokes. Why? Because the blood sugar spike, combined with heavy digestion while you sleep, increases inflammation, blood pressure, and blood viscosity. Thicker, more sluggish blood is the last thing an aging brain needs. It's like going to bed with a ticking time bomb inside you, and not even knowing it. And if you already have acid reflux or snore, eating late only makes everything worse. Lying down with a full stomach lets acid rise up, irritate the esophagus, cause micro-awakenings, and activate the sympathetic nervous system, the same one triggered by stress. That means your body spends the night on high alert, trying to deal with undigested food instead of resting. The result? Fatigue, brain fog, memory lapses, and constant exhaustion. That's why the ideal is to have your last meal at least 3 hours before bedtime, and keep it light. Cooked vegetables, lean proteins, maybe a small serving of healthy fats. No bread, no pasta, no fried foods, no sweets. It might seem tough at first, but within days, you'll feel the difference. Easier sleep, better mood, sharper focus. Eating early isn't just about digestion. It's about giving your system the chance to do what it was designed to do at night. regenerate. A lot of people sleep on their backs, thinking it's the most neutral, comfortable position. But for those over 60, it's actually one of the riskiest. And it's not just about comfort, it's about safety. Sleeping on your back changes critical body functions, especially in the brain and respiratory system. The worst part? Almost no one connects this position to the symptoms that follow. Fatigue, morning headaches, memory lapses, even mental confusion. When you sleep on your back, your tongue can fall backward and partially block your airways, increasing the risk of sleep apnea, a condition where you stop breathing for seconds at a time without even realizing it. Each pause is a mini trauma to your brain and heart, cutting off oxygen, spiking your heart rate, and preventing deep sleep. And it adds up. This cycle can repeat dozens, even hundreds of times in a single night. A recent study found that older adults who sleep on their backs have up to a 60% higher risk of developing dementia over time. That's because this position interferes with the brain's cleaning system, the glymphatic system, which clears out toxins like beta amyloid, one of the proteins linked to Alzheimer's disease. Night after night, those toxins start to build up and slowly impair brain function. What seems like just a comfy sleeping position becomes a silent cognitive threat. Another major issue is reflux. Sleeping on your back makes it easier for stomach acid to rise up into the esophagus, especially for those with a hiatal hernia or sensitive digestion. This nighttime reflux doesn't just burn, it irritates the vocal cords, worsens breathing, disturbs sleep, and causes micro-awakenings. Even more seriously, it can trigger silent choking episodes, especially in older adults who already have slower swallowing reflexes. There's also the heart to consider. Studies using heart monitors have shown that sleeping on your back increases the frequency of nighttime arrhythmias. That's because the weight of your body puts pressure on internal organs, and your heart shifts in position due to gravity. For those with high blood pressure, heart failure, or anyone with a stent or pacemaker, this is a serious red flag. What might seem like just a comfy position could be silently increasing your risk of a nighttime heart attack. The best position to sleep in, especially in your later years, is on your side, ideally the left side. This position helps with breathing, supports your brain's lymphatic system, reduces reflux, and improves circulation. And you don't have to change overnight. Place a pillow between your knees, support your neck properly, and try using a body pillow to keep from rolling over. Little by little, your body will adapt. And the difference you'll feel in the morning? It's incredible. Sleeping well isn't just about how many hours you sleep. It's about sleep quality. And the position you sleep in changes everything. You know that cozy feeling of lying down in a warm room, soft blankets, everything nice and snuggly? It sounds ideal, right? But what most people don't know is that sleeping in a room that's too warm is one of the biggest enemies of deep sleep. And when I say too warm, I don't mean a sauna. Just above 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 degrees Celsius, is enough to mess with how your body works at night. It may not seem like a big deal, but that slight increase in temperature could be robbing your health of something you won't even notice. At least, not until it's too late. The human body has a natural need to cool down at night. When the sun sets, your system begins to lower your core temperature to signal that it's time to sleep. That's what triggers melatonin release, starts cell repair, and takes you into the deeper stages of sleep. Now think about it. If the room stays too warm, your body has to fight the heat just to do what it's supposed to do naturally. And what you end up with is light, fragmented sleep, the kind that doesn't really restore you. Studies show that sleeping in an environment above 70 degrees Fahrenheit can reduce deep sleep time by up to 30%. And for older adults, that's a huge problem. Deep sleep is when your body releases healing hormones, strengthens the immune system, balances your metabolism, and, most importantly, reorganizes your brain's memories. Without it, you wake up tired, achy, cranky, and more vulnerable to illness. And you don't even understand why. After all, you slept, right? But in reality, you spent the whole night tossing and turning, stuck in a state of alert, never fully switching off. And there's more. High nighttime temperatures have also been linked to spikes in blood pressure, increased heart rate, and low-grade inflammation. All of that puts extra stress on your cardiovascular system. And if you already have high blood pressure, heart problems, or a history of strokes, this one factor, grim temperature, could be the thing that tips the scale. In other words, this isn't just about comfort. It's a real risk, an invisible one, but one that happens every single night. A lot of people are used to closing everything up, piling on thick blankets, turning off the AC because they're afraid it might get too cold. But here's the truth. What really protects your body isn't heat, it's balance. The ideal setup is a cool, lightly ventilated room with no stuffiness. Use a fan, crack open a window, choose lighter bedding. And if you get cold easily, a simple trick is to warm your feet. Thermal socks help keep circulation steady without raising your core temperature too much. It's simple, cheap, and way safer. Sleeping in a hot room might feel cozy at first, but it's slowly draining your health. It's taking away the very thing your sleep is supposed to give you, restoration. And the older we get, the more important that nighttime recovery becomes. Yes, the body ages, but if it sleeps well, it resists, protects itself, and even regenerates. Now, if you're spending the night battling heat, your body wakes up exhausted from a fight it never should have had to fight. This habit right here is so common that most people don't even realize how dangerous it is. You wake up, open your eyes, and immediately sit up and get out of bed. Seems natural, right? But for anyone over 60, that automatic impulse can be an invitation to a serious accident. Your body has just spent hours lying still. Your blood has pooled in the lower parts of your body. And when you stand up too fast, the blood flow takes a moment to catch up and reach your brain with full force. The result? Dizziness, vision going dark, weak legs, and all it takes is one wrong step to fall. This reaction has a name: postural hypotension. It happens when your blood pressure drops suddenly from a change in position, and it's way more common in older adults. The problem is, nobody warns you about it. It just feels like a little dizziness. But that little dizziness has sent thousands of seniors to the hospital with serious fractures, hips, arms, ribs, and sometimes the fall is just the beginning. Some people never walk the same again after something like that. Their independence disappears, and with it, their quality of life. And you know what makes this risk even worse? Certain medications, like blood pressure meds or muscle relaxers, they make that blood pressure drop even more abrupt. So now you've got someone already vulnerable, their body not fully awake yet, and they jump out of bed all at once. It's like their brain gets yanked out of sleep by a jolt. And if the room is dark, there are rugs, low furniture, or nothing nearby to hold on to. The scene is set for a nasty fall. But here's the wild part. This can all be avoided with one simple move. When you wake up, don't get up right away. Open your eyes, take a deep breath, sit up slowly on the bed, wait 30 to 60 seconds, move your legs, feel your body. That's all the time it takes for the blood to redistribute, for your brain to reorient, and for your blood pressure to stabilize. It's a tiny ritual, that can prevent a huge tragedy, and it's something your body will quickly get used to and thank you for every single day. Another important tip: prepare your space. Keep a bedside lamp that's easy to switch on. Leave your slippers right by the bed. Don't leave loose objects on the floor. If possible, install a grab bar nearby or have something sturdy to hold on to. This isn't being paranoid. It's being smart. It's not about weakness. It's about prevention. Getting out of bed in a hurry isn't bravery. It's carelessness. And that kind of mistake comes at a high price. One fall can change your life. What feels like just a rushed routine could actually be the beginning of a long journey. Hospital stays, pain, rehab, and loss of independence. So repeat after me. Wake up, sit up, breathe, stand up slowly. It may seem like nothing, but it could be the one thing that keeps a normal day from turning into a disaster. That's what real self-care looks like.